Hey everyone, I'm going to talk you through how our product title optimization workflow or template works. So very simply, once you've imported your products from Shopify or from your e-commerce platform, it's possible now to actually start to look at how to optimize those products. One of the things we see really often is poor product title optimization. This can lead to a number of problems in businesses, namely pay-per-click advertising can be less effective than it should be, in the sense that your product title is a really key piece of information that Google uses when actually just choosing how to display your products or who to display your products to. So selecting the right product title can make a huge improvement in the amount of clicks and searches or clicks and impressions your adverts get when running paid advertising. It's also super critical from an SEO perspective because it provides the search engines with the context that's required to really understand what your product is about. We see this very common, certainly with large websites. You've got 20, 30,000 products in those stores. It can be really challenging to select which keyword to use at scale for the product title. So we saw one the other day. I think it was looking at hot chocolate gift sets, and actually trying to identify the correct keyword was really difficult. You've got 30 or 40 different options, but really you require keyword research data. You require some understanding of intent and intent behind those searches to make a kind of informed decision about the correct keyword that should be in that title. So the way that our platform works here is what we've done is we've built a workflow which looks at 4 or 5 different stages of designing or selecting the correct title for your products. So I'm going to take a couple of products here, and I'm going to create a workflow, and I'm going to show you how our process works to optimize your product title. So first of all, I'm going to select from templates, and I'm going to come into product title optimization. I'm going to call it a test. And now the product titles, now we're going to build that workflow. So now we're presented with a screen which looks at the original title that comes in from your product set. In here, we have the 19 different hidden columns, all that data which is available from Shopify. In this instance, from Shopify, we can actually use that data to be able to inform our AI about what your business does, what this product is about, and then how we could optimize that product. So in this workflow, okay, so here is an example of exactly what's going on inside this process. So we've got at the top we've got a start, and we've got product title and product image. First of all, we're using image recognition to be able to analyze that image. We're looking at some additional data that's inside the product set as well. So we're looking at the existing meta title or product title. We're also looking at the product description, and we're feeding all that data into to make a decision about the keywords that we may be able to look at here. So once we've done this, we're going to go and identify 10 or in some instances hundreds of different variants of the potential keywords that we could use for your product title. We're going to throw those all into a keyword tool, and we're going to go and identify the search volumes that are attributed to each one of those keywords. By identifying the highest volume search query here, we're able to quickly decide, what is and what is not a good keyword to use for our product title. So we're going to do a volume analysis, then we're going to do a title analysis, then we're going to identify titles, we're going to generate the queries, and then we're going to look at search, and we're going to search Google for those exact queries that we've identified as being good options. We're going to iterate through those options, and we're going to scrape the pages, and then we're going to create a research document that outlines our thoughts on how best to do that. And then from here, we're going to look at competitor research summary, generate the meta title, generate a new meta description, write that description, then edit that description, and finalize it, and provide the kind of our analysis on the best option for the product title. So it's a very kind of complex workflow in terms of how it works. But it's designed to basically take a lot of information, crush it down, identify the best options for the product title, and then run the analysis on each step of it and make a kind of informed decision as to why and which option we should pick for the product title. And obviously we can run this at scale. So we can run this through thousands of products in a product set, and very quickly get to the point where we can move the click-through rate dramatically, improve paid advertising performance, drive more SEO through those products. This is kind of a super effective way to increase clicks. So I'll give you kind of a rundown of how it works. I'm going to just start a workflow right now. I'll show you how it works, and I'm going to show you some data in terms of the performance improvements that we're able to generate very quick it's within inside 30 days, we can see I think it was 60% increase in clicks and a 40% increase in impressions for the product. So I'll just let this do its thing, and I'll show you the data. So you can see here, the research is now completed, and I'm just going to show you some of the data. So here we have our kind of research analysis document that's been generated by our AI. So recommendations for type of whiskey, title variants, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5. You can select which option you like. Best title is this one here, Premium Japanese Spirit. Keyword placement. It says it's chosen, starts with the Yamakaze 18-year-old whiskey, clarity and scannability, SEO optimization, character count of 53 as title adheres to required maximum character limit of 55, assumptions and limitations, market awareness, competition factors, consumer behavior. In conclusion, we're adopting a selected title, help optimize the product page for visibility and appeal, engaging high intent buyers while adhering to the SEO best practices. So it's a really kind of rich document in terms of its analysis. It's taken into account lots of different factors from a keyword data perspective in the previous stages. So it's actually looked at lots of different factors here on CPCs, considerations, conclusions, all of that kind of data has gone into preparing the title analysis and making that final selection. So it's a really kind of solid process from an SEO perspective that can now be applied to, you may have some dropshippers may have 100,000 products of this nature where they really don't know which is the best option to go with in terms of product title, and actually working through it manually is practically impossible. So it's a really exciting feature, and I'm sure there's millions of things you can think of in terms of benefits of rolling this out. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of data of what it looks like once we apply this at scale. Okay, so you can see here, we actually implemented these on the 3rd. So in this instance, I'm just loading up the data directly from Google Search Console. Okay, cool. So we have since the 3rd to the 30th, so about 27 days, we've seen a 60% increase in clicks and a 37% increase in impressions. So huge improvements in those two metrics. What we're really focused on here is how can we move the needle at scale. So generally, the way that we'll roll this out is by looking at products which are currently on page 2. We'll run a test over 250 or 1,000 different products. Look at that at scale and run a very, very simple metrics. Look at a very simple set of metrics here, whereby we look at click-through rate, average position, URL clicks, and impressions. Make a judgment call over a 30-day period of whether or not we've been successful and iterate through that process. And then once we've identified winning variants, we can then scale that process through the product set. Highly effective in terms of the rollout process here. Once you've got something that works and you know that you're onto a winning formula, then scaling it out with the AI is super easy in terms of just start to apply that and click buttons to go and generate these titles at enormous scale. All right, thanks very much for checking it out, and I hope you're excited about this kind of feature. Really happy to talk anyone through this if you want to book a meeting or jump on a call. I'm more than happy to talk you through the live data. Thanks so much indeed for watching. Cheers, bye.